Good morning, YouTube. It is Monday, August 21st. It's the second week of school and we're finally getting back into the groove. The first week of school was all sorts of crazy when it comes to our schedules and different things like that. So today is our first new full week on our new block schedule. So today I have my even classes, and today is one of the only days that I teach because I only have even number classes. I teach first and third this year, and then the rest of my time I'm a technology coach. So last week I only filmed on the first day of school and it wasn't very good at all, and I was trying to figure out a way to make my vlogs shorter, and so I think I'm just only going to film on the days that I'm actually teaching. So today we're doing a lot of intro activities. Basically they're going to be introducing themselves to me through a project on Sway. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you around with me today and we'll see how interesting it is now. I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, so it is 7:22 a.m., 23 a.m., and I just wanted to show you some cool new things that are going on in my classroom. The coolest thing has to be my new back counter. I did reorganize it, and so I just became the mock trial coach for our school last year, and our school secretary found all these old awards, so I'm going to be displaying them in my classroom, which I think is really great. I have a failed chalkboard sign. This is supposed to be hung up, but it's too heavy to hang on my wall. So for right now, it's going back here, and you can see I tried to catch it, and I've just been too lazy to change it. But I'm really happy about this window frame that I found at a sale over the summer. And so I'm basically going to be, I think, putting our new units or topics that we're studying for the day on there. So today is all about me. They're creating a presentation about themselves. And I have a cute little hi that I got from Hobby Lobby, and of course hand sanitizer, charging cables for their laptops, and then my supplies. So I did get the font cutouts for these on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'm not quite sure the name of the teacher. I'll link it down below. And then I found the baskets at Dollar Tree, so I have my pencils and my pens, and I'm gonna plug in my air freshener for today that I also got at Bath & Body Works, and my pencil sharpener, and then I have all sorts of highlighters and post-it notes for annotation, tissue, loose leaf paper, more hand sanitizer, my clipboards. I got this on clearance at Hobby Lobby one year. It ended up being less than $10 when it's normally like $40, so I was very, very happy about that. And then I also got this new chalkboard sign at Hobby Lobby, so I display this outside of my door as the students come in, and it's the same thing on both sides. And today I wanted to ask if they have their device. We just went digital, 1-to-1 this year, so the students have only had their laptops for a few days, and I want to make sure that they're bringing their device every day. And I might have quotes or agendas on here and different things like that. On the first day of school, I had my name and room number and the class topic to make sure that they were going in the right room. So yeah, I'm really proud of this new back counter, and the students really like it. Everyone seems to think I'm very, very organized when I'm actually a hot mess. So this makes me look great. It's almost 1 o'clock, and this is the first time I get to vlog today, and I'm just now sitting down for my lunch, even though lunch started probably at 11:30, so I'm about an hour and a half late. We had issues today, not bad issues, more tech issues, and we went to block for the first time this year, and so it's been an interesting roller coaster. I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch, catch up on my emails, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, it is 1:57 p.m. I am done with lunch, and I didn't get very long to digest it because I was then off to another classroom. Guys, just this week, it's only Monday, right? Last week was just crazy because we were trying to get all, well, one, back to school craziness is just always horrible, right? Two, we became a digital school this year, so that was just crazy. Three, we just started a block schedule. We have never been on block schedule before, so this is the first time that we ever got to do it. So people are kind of like freaking out. And four, okay, the network keeps going out. Our whole district, we have about 8 high schools in our district. Our whole district went digital this year. So of course, you know, I was aware that there was gonna be some snafus, okay? But oh my gosh, it has just been insane. And so one of the classes today, she was trying to get all of her students online to Schoology, which is our, you know, our online classroom, and it was just horrible. Plus, the air conditioning was out in her room, so it was like a freaking sauna in there. And she's a new teacher, so she has gotten a crash course in Schoology. It's not her fault. It's not her fault. It's just, my gosh. Oh, and I have something to show you, okay? Because this is how crazy my days have been. Tomorrow is going to be one of the craziest days ever. This is my planner, and yesterday well, I had about 3 things, but I keep having to add like new things going on here because meetings and something's canceled and I have to do something else instead. I'm surprised my to-do lists aren't absolutely insane, but it's more meetings this time around. Today has been rush, and I've gone to more classrooms than these 2 than I have today, plus teaching my own classes. So it's been crazy. School just got out, so the hallways are crazy. So today, I did a few introductory activities with my pre-AP sophomores. It was our first day kind of really together without having to go over the syllabus or anything like that. So they're doing a presentation that introduces themselves to me. Last year, I did this on ThingLink, but I'm using something a little bit different this year, so I'm going to show you what that is. So this year I am using Microsoft Sway. Sway is kind of like a presentation tool. It's kind of like PowerPoint, but not. You're able to kind of make these storyboards online, and so their storyboards are basically called their About Me's, and they're going to be showing themselves to me and their interests and different things like that. So here's mine, and I showed this to my students. So you have kind of this About Me section, and you could scroll through, and I have like a little introductory paragraph about who I am, how long I've been teaching, so on and so forth. And then my family is able to kind of come up in here, and I have pictures of me and my family, and I have pictures of my beautiful cats, my fur babies, and you're able to, and that's my new puppy Darcy, you're able to embed videos, which is really great. So I was able to show that to my kids. And then my hobbies, what I love doing, I love traveling, and they're able to do the same thing on their devices. I like to read about serial killers, I'm obsessed with Hamilton, I love Star Trek and geeking out. And then I had them do this section about things you might not know about me, like I can solve a Rubik's Cube, and I like to draw and paint. I'm the mock trial coach, I don't like bridges, and I don't like having notifications. And that's the end of Sway. So let me tell you why this was better than ThingLink this year. So ThingLink was great, and if you've never used ThingLink, ThingLink is a tool that you can use that will let you tag a photo. So I had them take a selfie last year, and they got to do all these different tags talking about the same information. But they were able to make it private, which is great, but they still had the picture up, so the picture, the selfie that they took was not private. So I'm like posting a bunch of minors' pictures online, which is a big no-no, by the way. So with Sway, nobody else sees it. They send the link to me, and I'm the only one that can see the link. And I think it's just going to work out a lot better this year. It is not very super user friendly, but after some trial and error, the students will get it. So they already sent me their links, and it's technically due on Wednesday. Today was the only day I had for classes, so I'm kind of taking this afternoon. I have a meeting with a teacher later on to kind of teach her a little bit about Schoology. It was that same teacher I had to help out in her classroom right now because she was floundering, and not in a bad way. I just felt bad for her because, you know, it's kind of hard doing all of this crap that you're expected to do at the beginning of school. So it's been a hectic first week for some of them. And then tomorrow I just have a bunch of meetings, so many meetings. And then classes start this week for me in my master's program. So I'm just trying to keep my head above water. So that was today of teaching. I just got another email. So I'm gonna go check that and I'll catch up with you guys later. Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 23rd. I think. Don't quote me on that right now. It is 7:04 in the morning, and again I am getting another kind of later start to the day than I wanted to, but that's okay. I'm on my way to go pick up Starbucks. Today is a regular day for us, which means I have, well, normally on our block day I see first and third anyway, because that's the only two classes that I teach, but today it's first through seventh, so every single period is taught today, so that'll be good for some of our teachers. And I have some meetings to go to today in regards to technology coaching. Yesterday was crazy. I had like back-to-back trainings that I was either going to or giving. So yesterday was exhausting. And then tonight, it's also the first night of classes for me, for my master's program. I'm in the middle of getting my master's in literature, and I have my writing and rhetoric class beginning tonight, so I need to make sure I'm reading the article for that. I started it yesterday, and I was just tired, so I didn't finish it, so I'll finish it today. So I'm going to take you with me throughout the day, and I will catch up with you later. All right, hi guys. It is 11:28 a.m. and I just finished, no, not just, a while ago at like 10:30, about an hour ago, I finished teaching my third period. We're now in fourth period and it's gonna be lunch in just a few minutes. So today was pretty interesting. On Wednesdays now, it's kind of like our catch-up days. It's normal schedule, it's not block schedule, and often we have minimum days on Wednesdays for collaboration. So there's not a whole lot to get done sometimes on Wednesdays. I'd rather save the big stuff for the block schedule. So today my students were setting up kind of their digital workflow and the different things that we use. So they ended up signing up for their Quizlet accounts, and I do a weekly list. You can kind of see it behind me. I do a weekly vocabulary list that they have to complete and study. And then every week I add these words to a master list that I pull from throughout the year. So they never know where they're going to be tested on a past vocabulary word. So they signed up for their Quizlet account and my Quizlet accounts and signed up using my code. And then we signed up for No Red Ink. That's another website. Oh. It's lunchtime now. They signed up for No Red Ink, which is what I use for grammar, and so they're a part of my class on No Red Ink. If you've never used No Red Ink, check it out. It's pretty awesome. It basically asks the students for their interests, like what do they like to watch, what do they like to read, and generates these questions and sentences that have to do with grammar based on those interests. So again, it's very high interest. The students want to see what kind of sentences are coming up, and it's pretty awesome. So you're able to have a free teacher account on that. The premium is really nice, but it's very expensive, and I really feel like the free version has everything that I need, and I can keep track of individual students. So we signed up using my codes for that class, and then finally, we used Classcraft, and Classcraft is pretty awesome. It's pretty great, and so I kind of created the teams today, and so I'll show you what those teams are because I use thematic teams. I'll show you what I mean in just a sec. So here's my Classcraft, and I'm trying not to show you a lot of my students' names, but right now we are reading The Hobbit in my class, and so on Classcraft I make their team names have to do with different various aspects of The Hobbit. So one of my team's names is the Elves of Mirkwood, we have Kings Under the Mountain, Lords of Mordor, Lords of the Eagles, the Barrel Riders, the Fellowship, the Five Armies, and Thorin's Company. And so those are my team names. And I think they're pretty awesome. I spent some time trying to create them. And I have about 5 to 4 students in each group. I have 39 students in each class now, so groups of 5 ended up working out for me. And then I also have different types of behaviors or random events that go with those classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to my I guess settings and then random events. So some of the random events in Classcraft, which we do every day, have already been created by Classcraft. For example, this Abundance of Energy one, and then I've changed a few to reflect our unit on The Hobbit. So for example, Bjorn's Gift, the shapeshifter is in a good mood. The player with the least gold points on each team will gain 15 gold points. We have Fight of the Rock Giants. That one was a pretty fun one. Like the earth trembles beneath your feet. This one was originally called Earthquake, and it was already a random event in Classcraft, and I just changed the name of it to Fight of the Rock Giants because it went with my theme. Gift of Gandalf. I really like the Race of the Barrels. You get caught in the rapids, and one random player in the class is going to lose 20 HP points. Sting's Power. Battle of the Five Armies. The warriors have been to battle. Curse of Mordor was a pretty cool one that I came up with. The Mage's Spell, just like Gandalf, you're a little bit magic. Different things, the Troll Dungeon. So it's really cool, and it keeps the students engaged and involved in the unit, and I cannot wait to come up with our first quest. So if you've never used Classcraft, it's like Class Dojo, but for older students. I really think so. I think it's really meant for my gamers. I have my behaviors and different things like that. I'm going to actually add, I was going to do a swear jar this year. In fact, let me take a moment to explain that in just a moment. So I was going to use a swear jar this year, and I was going to actually have a physical swear jar and put it in the back of the room and have like tokens, and that way whenever I hear a student curse, the whole class gets penalized, because I really want them to be stopping each other, and I just can never hear very well and pinpoint a student. So I am one of those teachers where if a student messes up, the whole class suffers. And do I like that about myself? No. Is it easier on me? Yeah, so I'm gonna do it. So I was going to have a token for every time I heard a swear word, and that was going to represent the amount of time that they had to stay behind class. And then I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I drop a word in class too, and I never mean to, but it happens. If I like trip on something, or if I'm trying to say something for emphasis, I'm not gonna lie, I've dropped a word here and there. It happens. And so if they catch me swearing, then I have a token put in there, and that, I don't know, that's like, is that the time that they could leave early or something like that? So I was going to do it like that, but let me tell you how I'm going to change it now. So on Classcraft, you can have behaviors, right? And you can have good behaviors and you can have bad behaviors. So I think that's going to be my swear jar this year. So a bad behavior for the whole class is going to be swearing, and they're going to get penalized health points if I hear somebody swearing in class. And then they get rewarded, weirdly enough, if I end up slipping and I swear. So that's going to be my new swear jar. I need to add both of those behaviors in on Classcraft. And then I have a training to do for one of our newer teachers here. She needs to learn how to use Schoology and really how to make her classroom digital. So I'm going to meet with her at noon. So I have about a half an hour. And so I'm just grading summer projects right now. You see this kind of stack right here behind me. There's another stack in the back of my room right there of just notebooks that they've turned in of their summer projects. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep grading those, and then I will catch up with you guys later on today. I need to get back into the habit of vlogging. I keep forgetting that it's the school year again, and hey, I actually do that now. So I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, So it is 3:48, almost 4 o'clock, and I have been speaking to one of the teachers at our school, trying to help her get her life together, because she's a new teacher and it's rough. She has a difficult class, and she's not very tech savvy, so we've been having some issues in getting that going. And I went to her room at noon, and I didn't get out until around 3:30, and then I just realized that I didn't eat my lunch today. And I was wondering why my lunch bag was so heavy and not empty, and I had completely forgotten to eat lunch. That never happens to me. I'm a big girl, okay, and I remember lunch all the time, but I didn't remember today. So I'm gonna go home, let my puppy out, finish reading an article I have to read for tonight, eat lunch, and yeah, go to class. So that was the end of my Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'll catch you guys later. Good morning. It is Thursday, August 24th, and it's my second block day of the week. So I have all my evening classes today, so that means I'm actually teaching. I have first and third period. And today we're going over our fairy tale lesson, because we're reading The Hobbit, and so I wanted to talk about the elements of fantasy and fairy tales and that whole genre and what purpose it serves. So I'm really excited. It's one of my favorite presentations to give. So I need to get to school, make sure that that's all ready to go. I'm running a little bit behind. It's 7:08 right now because my cats did not want to get out from under my bed this morning, and I don't know why. And I tried all the old tricks, and it was just every time they poked their head out, I would come around to see, and then they would just pop back in. So that was a little bit frustrating. I have a crap ton of summer projects to grade, and I have homework from my class last night already. I'm presenting in the next 3 weeks for that class because I wanted to. I like to get stuff just out of the way. So I'm gonna run to Starbucks real quick, grab some breakfast, head to school, and I'll catch up with you guys there. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you on Monday. Bring your books, please.
Vote for me for homecoming. I'm not even.
You're not even in homecoming, right? Are you not?
Nominate. You can nominate it.
Oh yeah, we need a prince
we
this
did
year.
that last year.
With Jesse. Jesse got it last year. Stop! You're trying to get my video. Stop. Okay, it is 12:28. Lunch is technically over, but I'm about to start my lunch right now. We had a mock trial meeting with the students who were in mock trial last year. We have Club Fest next week, so I wanted to touch base with them and make sure that they knew what was going on when we recruit new members. And I'm going to work on my to-do list. I don't even know what I have to do. I have to grade all these summer projects. I have to redecorate my classroom a little bit. I need to get set up for next Monday because I'm going to be doing station rotations with The Hobbit, and I need to make sure I have everything set up for that. And tomorrow I'm going to be at Point Break. Point Break is a thing that we do with all of our freshmen, and they attend it. It's a whole day activity, and it's basically emotionally opening up and making sure they're vulnerable and realizing that bullying is wrong and different things like that. So I have that coming up. So I had a really great class this morning when I was teaching. I got to teach about fairy tales, fable, and folklore, which is part of my fantasy unit that we're doing. And it's always one of my favorite presentations to give, and I got to do it now instead of at the end of the year when I normally do it. The only problem with this, and I don't even know if it's a problem, it's like the presentation, not to brag, but the presentation is so interesting that the students can't stop talking. So it's actually really hard to get through the presentation sometimes because it's an interesting lecture, and they're talking about things that they're interested in, about their childhoods and the kind of stories that they heard as a kid. So it's kind of sometimes frustrating because I need to keep them on track, and they like to talk. But it went well, and my timing was down. I was so worried about the timing. It's a block schedule. We're all getting used to block schedule, and some teachers have been telling me that they have just been they have 20 minutes at the end of class and nothing to put in there. And so I've just been a little bit scared. But I ended up getting it down. And so next week we'll really see what's going on because we start true instruction. Today was kind of an intro and different things. So I'm gonna eat my lunch and I'm gonna get started on my to-do list, and I'll catch up with you guys later. So it is 4:32 in the evening and I'm about to go home. Tomorrow I have point break, and normally when I've had point break before where I have to chaperone, I always had a sub that I needed to get, and so it's kind of weird to leave and not have to prepare for a sub. I got a lot of my to-do list done for the most part. I did not get into grading those summer projects as much as I wanted. I did probably about 6 of them, and I have about 38, 39 students in each class, but 2 students just dropped in one class and 1 student just dropped another, so I am going to get rid of those. Not get rid of, but you know, I don't have to look at those summer projects anymore. So there's 3 I do not have to do if they ever turned them in at all. So I just ordered food from a Greek place I love going to. I'm gonna go get some food, go home to my puppy, and then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow, which is gonna be Friday. Hello everyone, happy Friday. It is Friday, August 25th. I just blanked out on the date there. It's not really a good Friday for me. I could not sleep last night. I don't know why. And then my shoes from yesterday ended up giving me some horrible blisters on my ankle, so I couldn't wear the shoes that I wanted to wear today. And today is point break. Okay, so point break is an activity that we do with our freshmen. Every year we have this outside company come in and basically run the show, and so today my day is going to be full of freshmen from 8 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. And what happens is basically we'll have like 80 to 100 freshmen in our room, and then they're broken up into different groups, and I'll take a group, and I don't know these kids, which is always the roughest part. Sometimes you always just pray for a good group, and you got to talk about feelings and stuff like that. So sometimes it's awesome, and the program itself is just amazing, but sometimes when you get that particular group, my first year doing this, I just had the group that did not want to open up at all, and it was dead awkward silence, which is my biggest fear, and it was horrible. And then like other years you just have those that don't care or who mess around. So I'm hoping for a good day today because I need it. I'm so tired right now. And yeah, so I'll show you. I don't want to film during the whole thing because some of it's kind of personal, and I don't even think the guy who's doing it would like me to film, but I might film parts of it, and I'll take you with me on my day with the freshmen. Wish me luck. I'll catch you guys later. So many freshmen. Okay, I'm here with, no, don't hide, with one of my other fellow teachers. It's in the middle of point break right now. I wanted to shout out something really, really cute. So in the gym, I'm standing behind the big trophy case. You could hear one of the guys speaking. It was really cute because one of the freshmen like walked by, and he wasn't even talking to anybody. He was just kind of talking to himself, but he's like, yeah, we're gonna get one of those this year. And I just like, keep that hope, guys. Keep it. It was really cute. Catch you guys later.
If one ball is won, 2 balls are better, right? So there we go.
Second to none for a kid his age. He wanted to help people. Our neighbor down the road had cancer, and Daniel was by his side every day. Daniel went over and sat and talked to him and held his.
What?
Okay, so now it is 2:25 and point break is over. I'm obviously back in my classroom, and I am just mentally and emotionally exhausted. It's not a bad thing. You saw how much fun they were having. They were drawing and saying positive things to each other in a thing called like I got your back kind of activity. It's tiring. And you know, you spend all day with 100 freshmen and trying to get them to talk about feelings and emotions. It's a little crazy. So tonight is our first football game. It's also, as you notice from my hair, kind of luau day. Tonight is our first dance. It's the Big Pig. We have it every year, and basically students get to come and dress up in costumes, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm not chaperoning that dance tonight, but I am going to the football game. And right now I'm trying to get some planning done. So let me show you kind of what I have going on. So this is my daily lesson plan template for block periods. I created this on Google where I can put down how many minutes it is and basically drag and drop lines to how many minutes I want it to be. So chunking my time, and we're doing station rotations, and I named my class, or I separated them into groups, and they're all groups named after The Hobbit. So we have 4 stations going on for about 20 minutes each station, and I'm writing to myself what 2 groups are going to be at what station, and then when they make the rotation, I'm going to kind of switch it around. And my 4 stations, so on Schoology, I've had to kind of change my 4 stations around. So it used to be 5 stations, and my students can't see it yet. But I'm going to be having a reading check, which is like a quiz, a character analysis, which is a Google Doc, elements of fairy tales, which is going to become a whole class rotation at the end because we're not going to have time to make this one 20 minutes. It's basically notes. They just need to finish up their notes. We can do that in 10 minutes, not 20. So the last 10 minutes of class, we're going to be finishing that. I'm going to take out exploring the author. As much as I would love to have exploring the author, I need to kind of fit in another assignment through StudySync on there, and then they're going to have discussion questions. And now what I like about these discussion questions is I'm trying something a little bit different this year, where they have to make an audio or video recording of their discussion, since I'm not going to be facilitating that discussion. They're going to be in their groups, and I'm going to be helping out another station. So I want to make sure that everybody is talking, and with their devices now, they can actually record themselves speaking. So I'm going to have them record their conversation for me and submit that as an assignment to make sure that they did that. So I am going to try to make it home before 3:30 today. So I have about an hour left. I'm going to finish up my lesson plans, print them out, go home and chill for a bit, and then come back for the game tonight. What are you guys doing here? You guys graduated. Unfortunately, it's not even halftime, and we are down 27-0. In fact, we're barely into the second quarter. Ooh, this is wonderful lighting, but it's about 8:30, maybe a little bit later, and I have to head home, and we are not winning the game. So I don't think we're gonna win this game, unfortunately. But hey, there's always next week. So if you stayed till this, if you stayed until the end of the vlog, I keep forgetting to call it that, thank you. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next week.